What's going on, hockey fans? Dan K, Lucas Jones live from Wisconsin Rapids, Wisconsin here. Lucas, the 100th anniversary of the naming of Wisconsin Rapids. And to celebrate, apparently they brought out the Dan K Show. No, they didn't do it for that reason. What they did do it for, folks, is because the Wisconsin Rapids Riverkings, I think they're the best team in the land. You guys agree? You guys Riverkings fans? Are we Riverkings fans? That's exactly right. The Wisconsin Rapids Riverkings, the winners of the Holiday Follow Challenge. They brought the Dan K Show out, and we brought with us what will be the newest trophy in the Hudson Havoc Wisconsin Rapids Riverkings rivalry, and that is the Cheese Curd Cup. We got cheese curds in it. I apologize for eating about half of them, but we've got plenty left for everyone here. It is the Cheese Curd Cup, and with that, I look to my left. I introduce in the booth my left-hand man, my consigliere, mon frere from another mayor, and a man who has eaten enough cheese curds to win a competition. It's Lucas Jones.
Thanks, Dan. I am so excited to finally be here in Wisconsin. This is great. We have been looking forward to this since January 1st, and I think this has been something that, we're excited to get out here. There's a game tonight, but first, we've got some signs behind us. We've got Cranberry Guy off to the corner because we are in a sister cranberry state.
Yes,
we are from a state, a section of New Jersey known for its cranberries. And we come to Wisconsin, another place known for its cranberries as well. The food's been great, the curds have been great, and the people have been even better.
Producer Leonard, can you make sure we get Cranberry Man on the camera real quick for a second? Just give me a little pan over the... Look at the Cranberry Guy right there. This is the greatest mascot of all time here. I'm a big cranberry guy. Lucas and I come from a cranberry bog location. But before we get into our love of cranberries, let's get into our love of hockey. And Producer Leonard, the first person I'm going to want out here is Coach Quarters. Coach Marty Quarters from the Wisconsin Rapids Riverkings. Producer Lenny, can you get Coach Quarters for us behind the camera here? Lucas, we can't do it all on camera. Can
no,
we?
We can't.
As we do it all, we have Coach Quarters running away from us on the way through. We're going to bring Coach Quarters in here. Coach, come on in. Join us on the show here. Coach Marty Quarters. Let's hear it for Coach. And, Coach, pop this guy on here with you. I should have probably told him that beforehand. This is Lucas. This is why we don't sit me in the middle seat, because I can't direct traffic. I tried directing traffic once, went poorly for everybody involved. But, Coach, first of all, I got to congratulate you just on everything you're doing here in Wisconsin Rapids. We were talking yesterday, the awards for the program, the work you guys do both on and off the ice, and the work you're doing to build hockey up and down the river here.
Well, thanks. It's an easy community to recruit players to. John Schwartz and I found this community and put a lot of work into it. And when you're out there recruiting, people's children to come to a community, you want to make sure that they're going to a safe community. And not only are we a safe community, we have a lot of support here where our fans and our sponsors really care about what these kids are trying to do and accomplish.
Yep.
And they support them tremendously, as you see.
Now, we look at this team here today, and I got to talk about a guy I saw yesterday. I've seen him a bunch this year, and I call him Antoine Vermette. This is Patrick McCoy here. This guy in a power play, he's that roving player there. He creates, had a big early assist for you guys on the power play. Talk about the work Patrick McCoy's done for you as an assistant captain.
Well, Pat's, he's kind of an alpha personality, and he kind of runs our locker room a little bit with Cole Krieger there and Juergens, and he's been a great addition, and he's really, from coming from out east and then being here in the Midwest, he didn't really know what it was about, and he's really blended in well here, and I think it's what I'm excited about. He's a 20-year-old, and he's played junior hockey for 3-4 years, and now he's getting that real experience of what it's like to play junior hockey, and that excites me. And Pat's been a hard worker every day, and demands from the guys who work as hard as he works too.
Now, Coach, you've had a long history in the game of hockey here. What's it like to be a coach in Wisconsin Rapids? You get the support behind you from Rowdy. You've got mascots. You've got young hockey players with signs here. Talk about the experience of coaching a team in Wisconsin Rapids.
Well, it's been nice. We've had a lot of great support. I've had people like Wayne Brown with me from day one that's really well-known, respected in the community, and bought into what we were trying to do. And guys like John Egge as our trainer, and with his hockey background and what his dad did to help build this rink. And it's nice to be in an area that people appreciate what we're trying to do through this great game of hockey. And it's more than just hockey. It's about making our kids accountable, teaching them how to be good citizens, learn to give more than they receive in life, so they can be a good teammate and good in their community. And this community has been very welcoming, and they've been great with us. They're great with the baseball team here in the summer, and it makes it where it's not like work.
Yeah. And now, Coach, what I got to ask you today, obviously there's a bigger cup that everyone's playing for, right? There's a bigger cup at the end of the year that this is all for. How can you take an experience like this, a game day like this, where it's all boiled down in kind of that fluky bowl game style of competition, and use it for these boys as you go down the road towards playoff time?
I mean, you got to learn how to close out series, and we're playing a really good team. I have a lot of respect for Hudson. I have a lot of respect for what Brett has done here. Coming in as a young coach and kind of been having to take over, an organization that was struggling,
yeah.
And he's really made it into a real positive experience, and they have a really good team. So, this is what we need this time of year. I think both teams need this time of year, and I think we're going to be excited and hopefully have some good hockey for the fans, and hopefully our boys. This is our third Dan K game.
This is.
And I talked to the guys the other day. I said, you guys work so hard all year. You do everything I ask you to do in the community, on the ice. And I want to see what you guys experience, what it's like to get that interview on the ice after the game. So they're jacked up for it. They're big fans of you guys. They really appreciate what you do. And if you're going to want to be the best, you got to beat the best. When we look at Hudson's, they're the best right now in our league this year.
I once quoted Ric Flair, the great philosopher. You want to be the man, you got to beat the man, and today's the day to do it. And Coach, last question for you. I mean, I can vouch for the Wisconsin Rapids Riverkings all day long. I watch what you guys do. It's amazing to see the professionalism, the organization, everything you do, from the littlest towel set up before game time to the social media work, to the camera work, to the on ice. Every single part of this is community driven. Why? Look at the player at home. Why did a player at home? Why be a River King?
Well, if you want to be the best you can be at hockey, we're going to give you that opportunity, and we're going to do it in a safe environment with a community that's going to support what you're trying to achieve and help you reach your goals and your dreams.
Coach, I'm going to let you out of here. You got a game to go try to win, and we're going to bring on your counterpart here, Coach Wall. Thank you so much.
Don't let him breathe on the cheese curds. He's not feeling well.
Well, keep him away from it. Keep away from it. By the way, folks, as Coach Wall makes his way out, Rowdy, I don't know if you remember this, but a few years back, it was a while back, I had a bit of a rivalry with you, okay? You and I almost had a little bit of a tilly. We got a little bit frustrated with one another. So Rowdy and I, not the best of friends, but we're going to try to be friends here today. Right, Rowdy? We're going to be friendly with one another today. Rowdy picked on me last time I was here. Now, Coach, this is a team in the Hudson Havoc that have been picking on folks all season long in goal totals. You guys have been scoring all day long. It's been a great season for you. You sit atop the standings right now in the Midwest West. Bouncing back from an OT loss yesterday, a team you were 0-3 against. How do you go get a big win today?
I think we just got to come out a little bit stronger. I thought the first 20 yesterday we were kind of finding our legs from the road, just kind of didn't really have that extra fire and jam. I think we kind of found it there in the second. Game got tight there in the third, and obviously could have gone either way. Losing a game in overtime on the road. We're happy to get a point. Obviously, anytime you're playing a quality team like the Riverkings, able to get a point in their building is fantastic. But tonight, completely different game. It doesn't really matter about standings or points. Like, this is kind of what we're playing for. One day, come March, we want to be in a spot where we're playing one game for a cup. Here's an opportunity for us to kind of try that and test it out. So it's a big opportunity, and our guys are excited to be here for it.
Coach, I got to tell you, I hear all around the country, we're at these events, we're at these showcases, about yourself. And you might not be hearing this, but people talk about the work you are doing with the Hudson Havoc, the turnaround this organization's had, the success of late, the on and off development of skaters, of players, of people. How has this success come to you guys this year?
Honestly, it's the whole Hudson. It's just the only way to describe it. It's just the magic there. It's our ownership. It's our community. We have a fantastic rink that has 2 rinks that is set up solely through Hudson Hockey Association funding. There's no outside funding or sources. So it's really a hockey community that truly gets it and has embraced what we've been doing. Our ownership with Denny Vasky and Jimmy Anderson out of Chicago are unbelievable and kind of allow me and Catherine to do just about anything we really need to kind of move the team forward and make sure our guys are having a great time, have all the amenities and opportunities that they need to be successful. It's strength and conditioning coach Brent Jameson does a fantastic job. The addition of Coach Tommy Zurst this year has been fantastic, and obviously having Coach Ryan Davis back has been unbelievable. Our director of scouting, Jim Mitchell, works all year long to get guys placed, to find new guys, new talent in different areas. Honestly, it's everyone kind of pulling their weight. I've just been very fortunate to kind of be the guy that's ahead of it, but I've got unbelievable people behind me making sure this all happens for us.
Now, let's look ahead, Coach, because pretty soon you guys are going to be playing for another cup like Dan mentioned. You're going to be heading to nationals and getting involved there. It's not just another showcase, right? A lot of people say that nationals is kind of you're playing a lot of games in a short period of time, but it's not. It's a little bit harder. How do you guys prepare to make that late season run after having been run through the washer here in the Midwest West? How do you prepare for that?
I think truly that's kind of what does prepare you. You play 36 games in division here against teams. Honestly, any team 1 through 9 can beat you. There's no off nights in this league. In our division, if you kind of come sleeping, you find yourself losing games, and you got to be prepared every night. So we do prepare like each game kind of is that Stanley Cup or the finals there in nationals, and knowing that if you are able to survive the Midwest West playoff run and the push, you should kind of be able to withstand with whatever else is out there. I truly believe that with the strength of our division.
Coach, I'm going to ask you the same question to close out that I asked Coach Quarters.
Absolutely.
You got skaters watching at home around the country, right? You got parents watching at home, and they see this Hudson Havoc team, and the win-loss column looks great, right? The win column looks great. The point total looks great. But it's all about that on and off the ice that you guys do. Talk to that person, that parent, that player at home. Why the Hudson Havoc? Why choose the Havoc organization?
Well, I'll be honest with you. The whole development of people and player and moving guys onto schools, these guys are all great students first. Yep. That's one thing that I'll put out there. If you're not a guy that's on top of your grades and stuff, there's not a whole lot of things we can do to help you move on. You've got to kind of make sure you're pulling your part. The playing stuff, we do a lot of things as far as video, film review. Like I said, we have a strength conditioning coach. We have a director of scouting. We have a player development guy. We have all the kind of amenities that you could possibly need to develop in a community that truly supports and embraces what you're doing. So you're there and you're held accountable 24/7. People know who you are. People know what you're up to. And the expectation has been raised amongst staff and kind of players amongst themselves. So just everyone comes to work. They hold themselves accountable, and it's a fun, safe environment to be in. I love where it's at, but honestly, I can't stress enough. We have student athletes here, and that's the big focus. A lot of guys will kind of hinder themselves out because they can't pull the grade part of it. So we do get the opportunity to move guys on because we do have fantastic students. I'm a firm believer in that.
That is the to a T. What you love about both of these organizations, folks. It is not the player on the ice that is the only thing, right? So many people focus on a W at this level.
It is so hard to be there. I always tell people, think about how many people struggle just to get through schooling in 4 years. Now you've got to find a way to be, an NCAA athlete, but at the same time, a contributing student to a community and a university. That's a full-time job in itself, and one day that accounts for employable adults. These are things.
School. We get our good grades. We go to class. We do all the right things, and that's how we end up on the ice like these guys, right? It's so important.
I couldn't stress it enough. Unfortunately, for the truth is, this one day does end. I've been lucky enough to be able to stick in the game, but preparing people for a real world and the life after hockey is kind of the important part, and I think we've been able to do that here, and been very pleased with the help and support we've had from our community.
I love it, Coach. Thanks for joining us. We're going to let you go. We're going to bring your voice of the squad on here. He's hanging out off camera.
I am very excited for you guys to have him. He's fantastic. I know we're very blessed to have him. A lot of parents at home don't really get to see his face a whole lot, but they live and see his voice, and they connect with their player away from home through him. So we're very happy, and thank you guys for having us and him.
Coach, good
thank
luck
you guys.
down there. If I see you next time I see you, it'll be it'll involve a couple cheese curds.
I'm hoping so, guys.
They might be a little colder by then. I don't have a heater up here.
Either way, they'll be fine after a big win. Thanks, guys.
Thanks, Coach. Let's bring the voice of the Hudson Havoc on, and as we do that, Rowdy, how you doing back there, man? How you doing? I'll tell you what, Rowdy out on the ice, you get a chance to watch the moves that this guy has. First of all, great dance moves. Big guy. Rowdy's a big guy. He's a scary, menacing force. Be nice to the Hudson Havoc broadcaster, all right, Rowds? Rowdy can sometimes, as his namesake says, get a tad bit rowdy. He can get a little bit upset. But I look to my right. Introduce yourself to the folks at home. Let's the face behind the voice.
Well, my name is Brian Mose. I'm a 16-year-old junior that goes to Hudson High School, and it's my dream to do sports broadcasting, and I'm just building on my career here in the USBHL like a lot of the guys on the team.
16-year-old junior in high school, already broadcasting in junior hockey. That's where it gets started. I'll tell you this much. Luke's and I just had our 500th broadcast. We got started together back in New Jersey.
Yeah.
We were 16 years old. We were broadcasting everything from cheerleading to dodgeball tournaments, anything they would let us on a camera to talk about. And if there's one thing I like, it's hearing myself talk. You already seem to be ahead of me in that self. Talk to me a little bit. You you get to follow this team around.
Yeah.
What has this Havoc team been like to follow all season long?
It's quite a cast of characters. It's a bunch of guys that gel really well together. They've all bought into Brett's message. He's been able to kind of shepherd the herd of all the players on the team. And this is a very special season for the Hudson Havoc. Just got to make sure that we finish off a special season. And I don't have a doubt that this team can't do that. But for my first year of doing junior hockey broadcasting, there's not a team I would rather be on to start my career with that.
So one of the events that Dan and I never got to do, and we tried, was chess.
Chess.
We begged to try to be able to broadcast a chess match. We never could. Do you have a sport that, besides hockey, you really love to get into that you aren't already a part of?
Oh man, I mean, I held camera a few times for football. I grew up watching football. I do basketball too back home, which is really fun. And it's tough. I haven't done any obscure sports yet or get really riled up about them like that.
Yeah.
But I'm guessing football would probably be the next stop on my journey then.
Stay away from cross country. We didn't find out. They ran into the woods, and then I had to talk about the dangers of the woods with Lucas for about 35 minutes
Cross
straight.
country.
It was a bad choice. Don't cover cross country. Thank you for joining us here today.
Yeah.
We're going to be bouncing around. We got to get you on the Dan K show here
For
soon.
sure. I'd love to work with you guys.
So what we're going to need, we're going to have to get your information off camera. What I'm going to do, I'm going to let you go for now because we got to get these guys have been holding signs back here.
I know, hostile environment.
These guys going. Ladies and gentlemen, Hudson Havoc, Wisconsin Rapids Riverkings. I think it's time to make predictions. What are we pointing at? Producer Lane is behind the camera. Oh, Coach Quarters, bring this puppy out. Well, we're bringing this thing out here. Oh, look at this thing right now. We got ourselves a little bit of set decoration. Look at that. First of all, look at the striking resemblance here. The same lip. You see this. You have to be careful around the face, though, because he bit me last time I saw him. He's got a bit of a chump. Coach, this is incredible.
You're from Jared Stevenson, your biggest fan.
Jared Stevenson, by the way, folks. He's not going to be on the ice today, but Jared, let's pop this headset on Jared.
Yeah,
real
for
quick.
sure.
Let's get Jared in here, first of all. I want Jared on the... First of all, Jared, I won't offer you a curd because at this point, hockey players are superstitious. I feel like somehow that will be a superstition where you can't eat one until the game's over.
Oh, yeah, not before the game.
Now, Jared, first of all, you guys have been having a stellar season.
So
Second
far,
of
yep.
all, you've been having a stellar season. Hockey, we never talk about ourselves, so let's talk about the guys. What's been so special about this Wisconsin Rapids Riverkings team this year?
Well, the difference is we've just been so close-knit as a team.
Yeah.
We're always hanging out outside the rink in groups and everything, always getting together and doing stuff, just trying to get that chemistry going pretty much.
Now, you guys got a big one today. Cheese curds, a
Oh,
cup,
yeah.
Flint, Michigan Mega Bowl style. I feel like Jackie Moon. How do the boys feel about this? Are they buzzing?
The boys are fired up. It's all they've been talking about all week. The Cheese Curd Cup, this big game, this big weekend. It's going to set the momentum for the rest of the season.
This
I
is a
say.
chance, man. This is a statement chance
Yes,
this
it
weekend
is.
to try to go 4-0 against your top rival in the division.
Yep.
A team that is in first place ahead of you right now to snag a couple more points. How do the guys get it done today?
Oh, they just got to get pucks deep, throw the body around, Simple hockey stuff.
Get pucks deep, four lines banging. Boys are buzzing.
Oh,
We're
yeah.
buzzing right now. Lucas, parting words for the folks before we head out of here and get on the broadcast. As always, beautiful, concise, wonderfully put. The guy, he just has a way with words that I will never understand. When Dan K's on the mic, it's always hockey night. I forgot. You got to talk. Predictions. What are our predictions? We got to find out who's right. Jared, you might want to be careful about this one. This could go wrong. Lucas Jones tends to make home crowds mad. Lucas, I will start with you. Your prediction before we leave the folks at home.
Well, I do try to shake things up sometimes, and I do like to sometimes pick the away team, but somehow I'm feeling a little intimidated today. I don't know if it's a certain fish behind me or a certain cranberry off to my right. I mean, I got to go with the Riverkings today. The Riverkings, they won in overtime yesterday. Today, I don't think it goes that long, Dan. I think today is a 5-3 game. I think the Riverkings are going to pull ahead by 2. I think this game is going to be a lot of fun. There's going to be fireworks, some big neutral zone hitting. boys are going to be fired up running into each other out there. 5-3 Riverkings.
The Riverkings are 3-0 this year against the Hudson Havoc. I love Havoc. Havoc reigning supreme on the ice. Things all over the place. Bodies splashing everywhere. Goals being scored. That's what I'm all about, right? I also love pandering to home crowds and making people cheer for me. It's why I dress like a circus clown. We got to make a pick right now, okay? Last night, an OT victory for the boys. I saw the boys before this one, and I'm going to tell you, folks, these guys are ready. These guys all walked past this thing, gave it a look, and gave a head nod. They seem ready to go. I look at the Havoc side. This is a team that had a little bit of a 24-hour flu yesterday, who have some fresh skates coming back. I checked out the locker room, and the boys are ready to go. This isn't going to be a slow team off the bus. This isn't a sluggish team. I'm going to make the first prediction. Whoever gets this cup today is getting a big one at the end of the year. Prediction number 1. I think whoever gets this cup today lifts the big one at the end of the year. I think we see him in Boston, Massachusetts. We pack our cars, and we get a cup. Double cup Sundays. My mom used to collect those Disney cups from McDonald's they used to give out. That's what they're going to be doing, cup collecting. So I got to make my pick. Havoc are great. Havoc are wonderful. But we went to a place called Grace's Family Restaurant, who were nice enough to sponsor this trophy. And they've got servers in the restaurant, and they got a server in net tonight for the Wisconsin Rapids Riverkings, who's making his second start in a row. This guy's going to be tired, but he's getting tested come playoff time. And Rowdy, can you tell me how many goals I think Matt Server gives up tonight? That's correct, Rowdy, because I can't say it out loud. Rowdy, if they do give one up, you jinxed them, not me. I got the River Kings. I think Wisconsin Rapids gets the win. I think I'm feeding the guys cheese curds on ice level. And we got a couple start of game hats to give out. When Dan K's on the mic, it's always hockey night. Lucas Jones, Dan K, Jared Stevenson, Coach Quarters, Coach Wall, the whole bunch here. Wisconsin Rapids, tune in, Hockey TV, live. It's free, FREE. I told him I was going to cry if it wasn't a free one, so we got it. Free game of the week. Let's go. Thank you, guys. Great work, everybody. Great job. Thank you, guys. Thank you.
Thank you. Great job.
Thank you, guys.
Man, you made it. Lucas, you made his night.
You did it.